Hi guys, previously I shared some contents of football practices and even tournaments that my kids and their friends joined, led by Coach Jose from Colombia. If you haven't watched it, please click on the link that I shared now. Well, I want to satisfy my curiosity about the teaching or training methods that used by Coach Jose, his personal approach towards different types of kids' characters, and how he successfully trained about 300 kids in total just in 2 years in Bali. I found that training football was not just about kicking balls. Plenty of lessons can be taught in fun ways through football. Halo teman-teman, sebelumnya saya sudah berbagi konten tentang latihan futsal yang diikuti oleh anak-anak saya beserta tim mereka, dipadu oleh Coach Jose yang berasal dari Colombia. Kalau kalian belum sempat nonton videonya, silahkan lihat link yang aku bagikan ya. Kali ini saya ingin menuntaskan rasa penasaran saya tentang metode pelatihan yang dipakai Coach Jose. Bagaimana approach-nya kepada anak-anak sehingga dia sukses melatih total 300-an anak dalam 2 tahun. Ternyata melatih futsal itu bukan sekedar menendang bola aja ya guys. Banyak pelajaran yang bisa ditanamkan melalui sepak bola. Nah, saya akan mewawancarai Coach Jose memakai bahasa Inggris ya. I'm here with football coach Jose. So, let's now watch WARISAN, Wawancara Ringan Santai, or Easygoing Interview with Jose Murillo. Hi Jose.
How are you? So my name is Jose Murillo. I am from Colombia, from Medellin, South America, and I'm a football coach. I came to Bali with my family, with my wife, and to have our baby here, and then we decided to create our football club. I created a football club in China 10 years ago, and then I thought of offering the same thing in Indonesia. So I've been here for 2 years already. Well, I started doing it as a hobby in 2009. I was coaching little leagues in the US, and then I developed a passion, and then I got my education in football coaching. My background is in business and economics, and then I started building clubs and learning more, and I got my UEFA license. I decided to open my own club in China 10 years ago, and now here in Indonesia. Well, because football, I love education, right? I did
Especially to the kids, yeah.
to the kids, yeah.
To the younger kids.
I went to school for 7 years, 5 years of economics and 2 years of MBA, and I value a lot education, and I like to teach a lot. And I wanted to find a topic that was easy to teach and that you can apply to good values, because we're losing a lot of the great values these days. And football is one of the best topics to teach and easiest to teach for a kid. Like a lot, like it's everything: leadership, teamwork, sportsmanship, work ethics, things that are being lost. Even if these are hard for adults, I want to make sure the kids learn it since they're little. Hard work, attitude, effort, respecting each other, tolerance, so many principles, but everybody thinks it's just kicking a ball. I wanted to approach everybody different, teaching them that football can bring more than just kicking a ball. That was my goal. The results are that I'm looking for is that these kids are not only champions in the sport, to get good in football, but I want them to get good at home and at school. So I check with the parents.
Good report from the parents?
You see it in behaviors during the class. I have a theory. If a kid has a good class in discipline and dedication stuff, I know he's behaving the same outside. And the parents give me the feedback also. I double check. But I follow up with the kid and the parents, and you see it in the attitude right away of one of my players with time, of course. In Raptors, Indonesia, 130. It's growing because many kids are arriving, and then I'm also running.
That's in 2 years, yeah?
In 2 years, yeah. But in 2 years, I have more than 300 kids turnover. But now register 120, just many go and come. And then I'm also running a program in Changi with Fins Club, where there we have around 89 kids. And I'm the football director there too. So they hire me, Raptors, to run their football camps.
hired?
Here we have around 4 coaches. And in Changi we have another 4 coaches. I like to work with the local youth to teach them how to coach. Not so much football because there's no really good football, but it's how to present the sport, how to communicate better, and how to work values with the kids, just like I do. We do some things that are different. So we do a lot of projects in the academy where the kids have goals. Like you need to make the bed, you need to help mom doing the dishes, you need to do an
part of the
yes,
lessons as
and
well.
we set them and I check on them every session. So the kids like this, that they're like, why this guy asking me to do that? He's supposed to teach me football, but he's teaching me about life. So that motivates a lot. The other thing that motivates a lot is the tournaments, and my approach as a South American football player is that I don't like to box them with academic things of football. I want them to discover by themselves through creative ways, because now so many academies and so many programs are too structured, and football is from the streets. You cannot structure something that is so natural. So I teach them to do juggling, to do freestyle, to do bicycle kicks, headers, and most academies don't teach that. So that's why the kids like it. I'm not too familiar with Montessori, but I'm sure with a lot of these new ways of education, Raptors program connects a lot, because many of the schools contact us for that. It's so important. People think
Compared to other activities.
oh, it's huge, it's huge. Like the first thing is, these kids sometimes they're playing and we see them like taking roles and responsibilities of adults. You know, when you tell a kid go to a tournament, play there for 20 minutes, you give him a task. You give him 2-3 tasks, so he needs to learn how to multitask. He's working under pressure. Everybody's looking, he's nervous. He needs to manage these nervousness. He needs to remember what to do with the ball. He needs to keep his emotions controlled. Isn't that life?
It's not easy for kids.
It's not easy for me. Every kid is different. I approach every kid to teach them the sport according to their intelligence. It's 9 intelligences. So there's kids that are really analytics, the ones that love math, computer science. I cannot teach them football the same, like the kinetics, which is the ones that need to touch, or the naturalists that like the nature. Everybody learns different, and I approach. So that's why I know every kid by name, and I try to see how they learn. It takes me time, but I do it. So the drills are general, but the application of the drill is individual. So I go one by one, calling them by name, having an idea how they learn. Also, I talk to the parents. It's important. I want to do it more. It's just that the school is big, but I always go one by one. I know every kid's by name, and that's my goal. And I want my coaches to do the same. And it's just generic drill, but the approach is different. Like, for example, if I teach a kid to juggle, there's kids who are really artistic. You cannot teach him like a mathematician the same way to juggle. Mathematician is gonna use geometry, gravity, physics. The artistic is gonna use movement, beauty. It's totally different. So the way I talk is different, but football is the same. Yeah. Yes, we're trying to do that. We're trying to do that. It takes time. This is not something you can be trained for. Actually,
So you have to have the heart, like
Yes.
you have to have the sense.
the dedication, and the follow-up, the care. The care is important. That's why I choose my coaches that care a lot. And I've been changing many coaches over the last years because of this. Like, for me, it's not if the coach is good.
You do selections for your coaching, for your coaches as well.
Yes, for me it's more like, do they care enough for the kid? And that's good for me, because like I care a lot about my kids and the academy, and I go extra mile for the kids. So
example, mine.
I don't have problem with the language part because kids are smart. They learn by visuals. Well, not all of them. Some of them are visuals, some of them are auditive. But they follow the group. A kid is so influenceable. They see another 10 kids doing something, they want to be there. So I use that, and I make sure those 10 kids are doing something right and good. But the biggest problem I have here in Bali or in the expat community, not all, is that the kids are not used to a discipline structure. They come from, all they have been doing for years is play dates. And then maybe they go some painting, they do some activities, and then the parents move them around so much, they don't have the discipline to
Most of them are homeschooling, yeah, not really into...
Well, the homeschoolers are impressive, a lot of them. But it's mostly the whole play date, where the kid, they took them to 100 disciplines. I'm like, my advice is choose one and specialize. And then the other ones can do it for fun, but specialize. And my job is specializing in football. But it's really hard sometimes because of this. Because the kids,
they love freedom.
Yeah, so they come to a class and then I have to be a little bit strong with them in the discipline part. Then the kids are done. And later, they can manage themselves because they build a discipline. Well, depends how you define success. Is it about the amount of number of kids or the impact? For me, it's more, it all comes to caring. That's why. I help the community a lot, and I'm not saying this to brag. Charity, that's like another part of the program where 10% of our income goes to rural areas to sponsor football programs and teach the kids good values through these programs to areas where they don't have much money.
What are the areas that you sponsor?
So we started here in Indonesia with a couple banjars in Gianyar. So we work with an orphanage from Sumba. Yeah, they have a football team and they have a sports organization and we donated there. I expose to them a program and they run it and they make it self-sufficient. At the beginning we give them a donation of uniforms, balls, some money for renting fields, and then they need to create like pretty much I'm giving my franchise for free and they can create a business. Even though they charge little to the kids, it can be sustainable. I explain it and it's up to them. They want to make it successful. Like we want to make sure it's sustainable. We don't want to just give because I'm not that rich, you know, I cannot be giving every year all this money. I want them to give him like a seed funding and then we start growing it, at least to cover the salary of the coach. And that's it, right? And then if they ask us for extra money for events, for everything, we do it. But at least the first two months, we just send them material. Yeah, we send them many times. Here is really easy because I deliver them. But it's part of my program. 10% of all the income goes to these materials, to everything. Everybody who's paying a membership in Raptors is helping. I'm really happy to be here and I hope we can grow a lot as Raptors every day because it's a good thing we're doing. So. Usually stay 10 years in the place I go. Because I want to watch my players grow and develop into great kids. So.
Not more than 10 years?
Who knows? But it was 10 years in China before.
Okay. Then.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.